Oh, okay. I gotta relax then. Okay, cool. So that's what I say for talking, and then for traffic, you know, scan for traffic. Let me know if you see anybody. Okay. So get this thing out of the way. Okay, so that's T. Y is your questions. P is positive exchange of control. Please wait. Why do I have to wait? There we go. Okay. I'll lock it. Stick this down here. Okay. Hob stack time I checked. Circuit breakers I checked. Alternate static I checked. Seatbelt and track lock. Avionics off. Carb heat off. Mixture full rich. Throttle slight. Prime. That might be the first one that flew today. Oh, that's not really moving. Do full one. Here's a question. When you sump from the forward, like the engine sumper, does that kind of drain from the exact, I guess, fuel location where the primer fuel to? No, so that, not related. The primer goes into right where the intake ports are prior to the cylinder. Okay. And the fuel sumper comes from this little tiny thing on, like, it's either the left or the right side, but it's just the lowest part of the fuel system before it goes into the carburetor itself. Okay. So one won't affect the other. Correct. Prime, brake set. Clear! Master on. Beacons on.
Check. Check.
2581, continue down to runway 23, left at runway 23, and then contact ground. Ground at 23, 2581.
Okay. ATIS. It's got a new ATIS now, so 1, 2, 6.9. I knew that.
Runway 28 right in use. Land again, departing runway 28 left, runway 28 right. NOTAMs. Use caution for 5G interference in the vicinity of Montgomery. Departing runway 28 right, tower frequency is 125.7. Departing runway 28 left, tower frequency is 119.2. Runway alignment indicator lights unusable. Cranes in the vicinity of Montgomery. Hazardous weather available on flight service station frequencies. Advise on initial contact, you have information Victor. Montgomery Airport, information Victor, 19053 Zulu, wind 2507, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 29er, dew point -01, altimeter 3001, ILS runway 28 right in use, land again, departing runway 28 left, runway 28 right, NOTAMs.
Clear, 23, I'd like to taxi over to executive.
3001.
Correction, transient parking.
Money 581, take position. 5 so you're not minute 2581, taxi via hotel.
Taxi via hotel, 581. Montgomery Ground, Skyhawk 9531 Delta, clear off 28 left at Golf 1 requesting taxi back to executive.
1200, altimeter set.
9531 Delta, Montgomery Ground, behind the Mooney off your right, taxi via Hotel Juliet.
Executive via Hotel Juliet,
Brakes, I'll test mine.
aircraft to the right of us, 9531 Delta.
The best spot for this.
Section 31 Delta, Juliet, give way to an outbound Cessna.
Air controls. Want to check yours? I'm good.
Juliet, give way outbound Cessna, 30 Delta.
Alright, let pull out.
Montgomery Ground, Cessna 3386 Echo, executive with Victor for touch and goes.
Runway 3386 Echo, Montgomery Ground, hold for an inbound Cessna. Then runway 28 right, taxi via Juliet, Hotel Alpha, tower frequency 125.7.
28 right, Juliet Hotel Alpha 86 Echo, and we'll hold for the Cessna.
Do you see that Cessna? Nope. Oh, there he is. Back there? Yep. Couldn't let us just sneak out? I know, right? He doesn't quite know exactly where we are, so. It's, most of the time when people call, they're not like as ready as you, and so they'll just like take forever to get out. Is it more normal to call them before you pull out, or? Yeah, sometimes it is. Here, my controls. So, because I don't know where that guy is parking, he could be in this line. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move up a little bit. This is still technically the non-movement area, so we can kind of do whatever we want over here. Okay. Versus the movement area is like on the airport, so across those whole short bars there. And so I'm just going to slide on over here. I don't want that nose to fluctuate too much, so I'll pull back a little bit. Kind of like soft field procedure. And I'll just scoot over like this. Try to stop as soon as I can to not make them nervous. And in case that person is in that line, we're already out of the way. Cool. ATP, I know, that's they're in that first line there. Okay, cool. Your controls. All right, my controls.
Montgomery Ground, Cherokee 3001, Tango on Kilo, request westbound departure with Victor.
Runway 3001 Tango, Montgomery Ground. You're at executive?
I'm on Kilo, 3001 Tango.
Runway 3001 Tango, runway 28 left, taxi via Golf, Hotel, Bravo.
28 left, Golf, Hotel, Bravo, 3001 Tango.
Daydreaming. That's okay.
Montgomery Ground, Cessna 5150 Delta at Golf 1 for executive.
Cessna 5150 Delta, Montgomery Ground, taxi via Hotel Juliet.
Hotel Juliet, 50 Delta.
You actually have to repeat back the taxi instructions? The letters themselves, no. Just technically the runway assignment and your tail number. The destination? Right, okay. So technically all you have to say is 28 right, 86 Echo. Okay. But you sound like a newbie if you repeat back all the letters? No, everyone does. And I would really recommend it at airports you've never been to before. So, okay. Good habit to have then. Yeah, I've always wanted to do a run up next to this orange plane. I haven't seen it up close yet. Why is that? I don't know, I just really like that paint job. Okay. Orange is my favorite color. Nice. So. I would definitely paint an airplane that color. It seems nice a little visible, much, but yeah. Dude, it's super visible.
Montgomery Ground after 41757 is on Golf 1, requesting taxi back to coast.
After 41757, Montgomery Ground.
Yep.
Taxi
so
to coast.
What we'll do is we'll just kind of
hotel,
go up to the run
Golf.
up and then angle out.
Hotel Golf to coast, 41757.
Nice little jet. Nice. 929, is that Sierra X-ray? Sure didn't make that tail number easy.
3X.
Oh, yeah, 9293 X-ray. Good, watch your wheel here, don't want to be over. And then that's a power angle out to the left. Cool. Okay. What a paint job.
Go ahead and start my run up, or should I wait till like?
Go ahead and start your run up.
All right.
That's why we angled out. It's careless and reckless if we were to do our run up and kick rocks at someone behind us, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's why we angle.
I gotcha. Okay. Make sure we did all that. Yep. Brakes set. Fuel both. Trim set for takeoff. Flight controls.
Montgomery ground, Citation 1510, Pop is clear, 28 left, marking Crown Air.
Like you could have done that before.
1510, Pop up ground, taxi to Crown Air via hotel, cross runway 23 at hotel.
Alright, hotel and cross 523 to Crown Air, Windsor Pop. Requesting touch and goes, Sega.
Hey.
Montgomery Tower, Archer 5 Bravo Mike, 428 right, and for close traffic with short delay. Archer 5 Bravo Mike, Montgomery Tower.
Short delay is for a short field procedure.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like, hey, don't make us wait. Little audacious. Alright, instruments. It's reading 0, no X's in its level. That's that accurate, that looks good, no X's.
Archer 5 Bravo Mike, delay approved, reckless traffic approved, runway 2 right, clear for takeoff.
Make
for
sure
takeoff, runway 28 right, Archer 5 Bravo Mike.
Go 1700.
Archer 4 Charlie Alpha, follow Cessna 2 mile final.
Guess I might as well just move over.
Runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
Following that Cessna, cleared 28 right, touch and go, 4 Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 621, runway 28 right, clear touch and go. Clear touch and go, 28 right, 61. Skyline 903 X-ray, contact SoCal approach at 119.6. 119.6, 93 X-ray.
Okay, up to 1700. What's that? Oh,
Gallons?
well, it was like estimated time to something?
Oh,
Time to empty?
Time to empty, yeah,
Okay, cool.
probably.
Alright, there's 17. 10 over to the right. Lost 120, 100. Back to both. Over to the left. Lost about 110, 120.
Wasn't like a rough drop either.
Okay. Carb heat. Works. Vacuum, not a thing in this plane. Amps and volts. About 28. I think there's one other place to check, right?
The volts
Volt
right
right there, yeah, good. Oil pressure, oil temperature, both green. Go idle. A little bit.
Montgomery Tower, Archer 416 Charlie Alpha on the
Throttle
ILS,
friction feels
runway
okay.
28 right.
Archer 416 Charlie Alpha, Montgomery Tower, runway 28 right, continue.
Okay, so we're just going to start with touch and goes.
28 right, 416 Charlie
And when we
Alpha.
feel like it, we'll request westbound departure. The flaps is up, mixture, flash camera action, carb heat, transponder, all 1200, heading bug. Go ahead and set, whoa, whoops, wrong one. Great, heading bug, 284. Or 28 right, come on. 4. Doors and windows locked. I'll do that when we roll out, maybe. Lights, camera, action stuff. Okay. Abort plan. If we
have an issue or we don't hit 20, I forget this, 2800, right? You said 2000 usually, right? But this thing's, what 2240? 2240, that's right, 2280 for max RPM. Right, 2280, that's what we're at here. For takeoff, 2280. 2280, okay. I usually just call out wherever I am. Okay. It is best practice, so. Okay. Yeah, if we don't have 2280 or some other issue, we'll go back to the runway if there's runway remaining. No runway remaining, less than 500.
Bro, Mike, runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
Left 30 degrees, above 500 up to 90 degrees. If we're in the traffic pattern or 1000, we'll come back to the runway. I think that's it. Cool. And we're probably going to go launch out west after this. Okay, so 122.75. Good.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 3386 Echo, holding short 28 right for touch and goes.
Cessna 3386 Echo, Montgomery Tower. Follow Cherokee upwind, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, 86 Echo.
Okay, lights. Camera, thank you. Oops, sorry. We're good. Function. We got a clear final next time. Make sure no one's coming in to land, just look. Okay, lined up.
Cessna 621, extend downwind.
Oh, yeah.
Used to it, 61 extend.
And then as you gain speed, slowly take it out. That's okay. Good, yeah. Airspeed's alive, gauges are green. There's 50, there's 55. You're kind of putting some left foot there. Just try to do more or less right foot. Okay.
Archer 6 Charlie
There's enough left turning tendencies going on with the airplane. So just try to be a little smoother and just use right foot. Unless you really, really need left. Okay.
Skyhawk 9 Lima Papa, runway 28 right, line up and wait, traffic 2.5 miles on them.
Line up and wait, 28 right, 9 Lima Papa.
On the hood. Say again?
Skyhawk
On
9
the
Lima
cowling, we have
Papa,
a
disregard,
like
full short runway 28 right.
a loose bolt.
Full short 28 right,
That's fine. It's like not a threaded thing. It just needs to kind of be popped back in, but
Montgomery Tower,
not the end of the world.
Okay. Holding short of 28 right.
900. Should I go ahead and make my turn? Go for it. We're told to follow the Cherokee upwind, and that Cherokee I think he has passed our right
Say again
wing.
the call sign and direction.
246 Whiskey Hotel.
We're 246 Whiskey Hotel, Montgomery Tower, state direction of departure.
Westbound and north.
Skyhawk 621, base approved.
Here he is.
61.
Archer 6 Charlie Alpha, runway 28 right, cleared away.
2 right, clear to land 416 Charlie Alpha.
Turn downwind.
November 6 Whiskey Hotel, roger, standby.
And there's 1400.
Cessna 621, traffic to hold in position.
61.
Going back to maybe like 2150 or something.
Archer 4 Charlie Alpha, follow the Cessna heading to your right on base, 1,200.
Insight will follow them.
Here comes a
4
call for
Charlie
you.
Alpha.
Yep. You might say extend downwind. Because we're still going to follow that Archer. Okay. So we're downwind a beam. No carb heat.
November 6 Whiskey Hotel, do you have access to the runway?
I know I'm blocked by the Cessna unless I go over on the green.
Is he departing to the east or is he in the pattern? In the pattern. They were told to extend their downwind. Okay. I'll add some more power back. Good.
Cessna 86 Echo, follow Cherokee ahead of you, about a mile on the downwind, 1,500.
Inside, 86 Echo.
Archer 6 Charlie Alpha, turn left runway 23, hold short runway 28 left.
Turn left on runway 23 and hold short of 28 left 416 Charlie Alpha.
Try not to lose any more altitude. Good.
Factor 6 Charlie Alpha, the Bonanza will be turning left onto Hotel, cross runway 28 left and contact ground.
After the Bonanza, cross 28 left on 3 and contact ground 416 Charlie Alpha.
Archer 5 Bravo Mike, you have the Cessna heading to your left and saying.
Wait till he's at my wing about.
Affirmative, 5 Bravo Mike.
5 Bravo Mike, thanks. Follow road number 4, runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
Number 4, wow.
You never cleared me.
Number 4,
That's okay.
please right, Archer 5 Bravo Mike.
Cessna 61, runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 3561.
So we'll wait till they're beam our wing, and then we'll turn base.
Archer 4 Charlie Alpha, number 2, runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
We know they're a touch and go, so we don't have to
28
get
clear touch and go, 4 Charlie Alpha.
Skyhawk 86 Echo, number 3, runway 28 right, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 28 right, 86 Echo.
Oh, you didn't put in your flaps.
Oh yeah. Do that now? Have a long base.
You can just leave it at 10 degrees.
Skyhawk
So
9, I
lower that
apologize
nose a
about
little
that.
bit.
SoCal, I just got your release here now. They called earlier and canceled it. That's why I had you hold short there. But I'll get you airborne here shortly.
Appreciate it, 9-2 Papa.
Take some power out. So leave it at 10, you said?
Yeah, just we want to get more perpendicular here, and just leave it at 10 until we turn final.
Yep. Lost the Piper. Yeah, go ahead.
Archer 5 Bravo Mike, change to runway 28 left and contact tower 119.2.
Don't let that nose
28
fall that
left,
rapidly.
119.2 Archer 5 Bravo Mike.
A little bit too early.
Yeah.
That's how 61,
Cessna 61, Roger.
Montgomery Tower, Dutchess 3803 Echo, holding short of 28 right, ready to take off. Eastbound with sequence.
This is 3803 Echo, Montgomery Tower, number 3.
Number 303 Echo.
They go flaps 20?
Go for it.
20.
Gas, center carrier's good, make sure it's good, flaps 20, seatbelt switches.
Landing light strobe still on.
Yep, still pretty high. We want to try to get at least one red a little earlier so we're not having to make this large chop. When you start to see one red, go ahead. Put in a little bit of throttle. Okay. And then we still need that third set of flaps in, which will really, if you put it in now, go ahead, do it now. But just keep in mind that flaps are going to go in, you're going to lose speed. Once you do lose the speed, we're going to sink.
Got the one red.
Then now you just don't want to disregard the PAPI since we're so close to the runway and aim for like the second to third arrow prior to the runway. So reduce that power some more. Because we want to have our aiming point prior to our touchdown point. We want our touchdown point to be the numbers.
Yep.
So a little bit of right foot here because we're sideways. Lower that nose because you're way below 60. There you go. Power to idle, catch. Look way down the runway. We're too high. And then smoothly keep pulling.
Montgomery Tower, Skywagon 14 Papa Lima, ready 28
Nope,
right,
no.
eastbound.
Right to left as soon as you land.
Flaps
Sky 14 Papa Lima, Montgomery Tower, standby, number 4.
More or less right foot.
Number
No
4,
left
4
foot.
Papa Lima.
Cessna 9 Papa 12408, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Smoothly pull back on the
Takeoff,
wheel.
runway 28
And right foot as you leave the ground.
Papa. Cessna 61, extend down. Cessna 61, extend down. We're ready for that, 61 extend. Montgomery Tower,
touch and go is one thing I didn't clarify
Hotel, over about Helix
before the flight today.
Okay, no worries.
2,800
Yeah, we're gonna
for a
feels
stop
rusty.
and go if possible.
You're fine. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, it was a good landing. You just came in a little slow. That's why we sunk out rather quickly.
Right.
28 right for a stop.
But you landed on the center line and the airplane was straight.
4 Tango Hotel, next straight and runway 2 right.
Was it too clunky?
Straight in, runway
No.
28 right, 4
No, it was a
Tango
good
Hotel.
landing. We just want a more stabilized approach. We want to have that kind of constant descent angle to land.
And that guy's abeam me, so I can turn right now?
Go for it.
Yep. Excited to finally get some landings in. It's been so long.
I know. I mean, the wind has just been kind of crummy.
Whiskey Hotel, the south on the upwind is off the westbound. Keep them in sight, wind 2504, runway 3 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, keep traffic in sight.
Really nice job on your VY here,
Cessna
sir.
61, you can turn base traffic, will hold in position.
Base 61.
Archer 4 Charlie Alpha, extend downwind.
Extend downwind for Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 86 Echo, extend downwind.
Extend downwind, 86 Echo.
Cessna 9 really follow the contact, SoCal departure.
SoCal departure, 9 Papa, see ya.
See ya. Delta 02 Echo, runway 2 right, lap and way traffic base.
Line up and away, 03, okay.
1400.
Cessna 4 Tango, tell you're flying traffic. 1 o'clock, 2 miles on the base, the final 1,300.
I got that traffic inside, 14 go to.
Almost downwind of beam. Go. Alright, so we'll go car P, gas.
Delta 02 Echo, traffic up when it's westbound, make a right down departure, runway 3 right, clear for takeoff.
28 right, clear to takeoff, 03, Echo.
Tri-wagon 4 Papa Lima, traffic on a 2 mile final.
Another switches.
Runway 2 right, lap and wait.
Your right, line up and wait, 4 Papa Lima.
Archer 404, trade off, looking for a Cessna, 2 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,700 descending.
Insight for Charlie Alpha.
For Shalva, thanks. It'll be number 3, follow the traffic at your 2 o'clock.
Lots of extended downwinds here.
Following in traffic for Charlie Alpha.
That's the Piper in front of us, right? For
Yes.
Charlie Alpha. Yeah.
Skywagon 4 Papa Lima, solid Dodges on the upwind, make a right down departure, wind 250, Eddie, runway 2 right, clear for takeoff.
3 right, clear for takeoff, right downwind, 4 Papa Lima.
Cessna 61, traffic's rolling, runway 2 right, clear line.
Land, 3 right, 61.
Archer 4, actually Cessna 4 Tango Hotel, your number 2, following the traffic ahead, runway 2 right, clear touch and go, then we continue right traffic.
So we were only told to extend
Number 2,
downwind.
clear touch and
This
go,
is a little bit
28
different
right,
from
14
last
go
time when we were
Archer 4 Charlie Alpha, number 3, runway 2
specifically
right, clear touch
told
and
to
go.
follow the Piper ahead. This time we weren't specifically told to follow that
Number
person.
3, 28 right.
So
Clear touch and go
we're
for
not going to
Charlie
turn
Alpha.
base until we
Cessna
get
63, number 4, looking for a Cherokee 1 o'clock and a mile and a half on the base.
Inside, 86 Echo.
86 Echo, thanks. Number 4, runway 2 right, clear touch and go.
Clear to go, 28 right, 86 Echo.
Tower plus 713 is going to be making the turn here at Alpha on Hotel, ready to go 28 right westbound and
I'm not
sequence.
parallel to the runway, right? So I want to be,
13, Mike Tower, you'll be number 1, let me know if you
heading
can
like
access
east
the
of,
runway.
or north
Loco,
of
let you know.
House
Plus 713.
Say what?
Like, the bug is way over here. So that tells me I'm not
Whiskey
parallel.
Hotel, traffic.
Turn base.
uh,
So
1 o'clock, 4
you
miles,
don't want
southeast,
to too much look at
500
this. You want to look back at your runway to see if you're staying parallel and a proper distance away from it.
Montgomery Tower, Sirius 56 Papa November, holding
yeah,
short
the
28 right
heading
for
indicator
westbound.
won't tell you how to compensate for wind drift.
I'm trying to be number 2
Just gonna have
behind
to see
the
that.
Cessna coming off your left, okay?
Alright.
Number 2 behind the Cessna 56 Papa November.
Bit of a long base, so I think I was drifting too far to the left, away from the runway. Alright, should I wait till I'm final to go 20? We're so far away.
Plus 713 can access
I would just
runway.
wait.
So South 13, thanks, you'll be number 1, it'll be just a couple minutes.
No problem, sir.
Cessna 61, cross runway 2, let's make contact ground.
Cross Sirius 5 ground 61.
Sirius 6 with you, want to
little
verify
bit
you got that
acute
traffic
into the
inside 1
runway.
o'clock and a mile and a half, 3,500 southbound.
Traffic inside.
Thank you.
Lost sight of that Piper.
He is, looks in the upwind, looks like. Unless the dude right in front of us is for 2-8 right, which it kind of looks like he is.
And Montgomery Tower, 14 Papa Lima.
So, that light is going white, so we're getting higher.
Right.
So chop that throttle, and then we can slow down by
Adding more flaps?
adding more flaps.
Flaps 20. So before you said the second arrow before the, forget the
Dump them all. We're still high.
Yep.
Stabilized approach. Reduce the throttle just a little bit. Lower that nose to maintain your speed. There we go.
Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 194 Tango Hotel. Is there any way we can get a short approach on the next one?
4 Tango Hotel, unable. Wind 2605.
Cool. Good. You're controlling your speed really, really well here. We want to go as slow as possible because we're just a little bit close to this guy, but that guy's a touch and go, and so here's your sync. See the sync right there?
Montgomery Tower, Skyhawk 436 Charlie Alpha inbound on the ILS for 2-8 right.
436 Charlie Alpha, Montgomery Tower, continue.
Constant descending over and try to eyeball it and see if the airplane is going to not make it to the runway or overshoot it. Looks like we're still coming in a little shy. Dang, there is 6 people in the run-up right now. Wow.
Traffic.
Cessna 4 Tango Hotel, extend down off our base.
Extend down when you got my base 4 Tango Hotel.
Good. We want a super slow-mo decrease in throttle until it's at idle, just to promote this stabilized approach, just kind of do things slow. You're doing great here, you're maintaining over your center line perfectly. Just slowly be bringing that throttle down as you keep that nose down just long enough to get just above the runway. Power to idle, transition to flat, hold it off, and as you get close to the runway, pull back some more. Level the wings, level the wings. Pull back some more. Okay, we kind of landed on all wheels at once. No left foot here, okay? Just relax. You don't have to come back to the center
Good
line.
afternoon, Tower. Cessna
I just want you to take off straight.
Number 6 on the right, ready to go.
1713, westbound approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, westbound 28 right, 1713.
1786 Romeo, Montgomery Tower, let me know when you have access to the runway.
86 Romeo, will do.
How many people are in 2-8 left?
Tower is 6 Papa November, ready to go. Papa Whiskey, ready to go. The Cirrus.
Yeah, the Cirrus is next to go. Cirrus 6 Papa November, the Cessna opens off to westbound, wind 27s are at 7, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
28 right, clear for takeoff, turn good sight, 56 Papa November.
Cessna 4 Tango Hotel, base approved, traffic will hold in position.
Turning base, 4 Tango Hotel.
Richard 4 Charlie Alpha.
Pretty good, man. You just need a little more pull at the very end.
Extending down 4 Charlie Alpha.
We'll do one more and I'll go out west.
Romeo, you'll have access now.
86 Romeo, roger.
Bring it all the way out.
Cessna 86 Romeo, traffic 2 mile right, base, runway 28 right, last point.
Line up and wait, 28 right, 86 Romeo. Montgomery Tower, Cessna 54502 at 28 right, requesting eastbound departure.
54502 Montgomery Tower, roger, lean next. Richard 4 Charlie Alpha, you're going to follow that Cessna 1 to 2 o'clock and a mile on the right base file.
Insight, 4 Charlie Alpha.
Reduce that throttle.
Thank you. Cessna 86 Echo, extend down.
Extend down 86 Echo.
Sky 86 Romeo, were you westbound or eastbound?
Eastbound 86 Romeo.
86 Romeo, thank you. The Cirrus upwind is westbound. Make a right down departure. Wind 27s are at 7. Runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, 86 Romeo. Here we go.
Montgomery Tower 404 Charlie Alpha. This will be a full stop.
Richard 4 Charlie Alpha, roger. And start your base. Number 2, runway 28 right, clear to land. Traffic off the base for the parallel.
28 right, clear to land. 4 Charlie Alpha.
Carb E. Yes.
Cessna 4 Tango Hotel, runway 28 right, cleared touch and go.
Good.
Clear, touch and go, runway 28 right, 4 Tango Hotel.
Cessna 436 Charlie Alpha, you're following a Cherokee, it's 1 o'clock, 2 miles on the base, runway 28 right, clear to land, traffic will turn left base of the parallel.
Following Cherokee,
So we have to
right, clear to land.
extend. That person just got cleared to turn base.
06
They're number 2.
That's Cessna still heading to right at 1,800,
When we have
additional
to
towers heading
extend,
to
just
left
go down a
1,400.
little bit more.
Good, both the traffic in sight,
But they still want you to do your carb heat and flaps and all that stuff.
Traffic.
So we're ahead of the airplane.
We'll take you off your left side to Sirius 1,400, climbing 40 insane.
Okay, we're climbing to 4,500 for their info, and then we're going to switch to SoCal.
That's 15, roger. Additional traffic for you, 8 moving to 9 o'clock, half a mile westbound, 1,700 climbing.
All right, looking.
He didn't say I was following this Viper yet.
Did not
Cessna
say.
86 Echo, you're looking for a Cessna. 1 o'clock, 2 miles, 1,500 descending.
Looking for traffic, 86 Echo.
Go ahead and add some power. We're extending further
Frequency
than I
change,
thought.
86 Romeo.
Number 86 Romeo.
So it's someone that's on a
frequency
longer
change.
approach, maybe a straight
86
in.
Romeo, frequency change, thanks.
At 1 o'clock, 1,500 feet, you said, right?
Yeah.
Southwest 713's got traffic passing underneath inside as well as the 9 o'clock traffic.
South 13, roger, thank you.
That's him?
Sirius
far.
6 Papa November, thanks for help.
Now he's 2 o'clock, moving 3 o'clock. He was 1.
November, good weekend.
2 moving 3, 1,500. It's a Cessna.
Cessna 86 Echo, that's fast. It's about to pass beam, your right side, same altitude.
Inside, 86 Echo.
86 Echo, thanks, all that's Cessna, runway 2 right, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 86 Echo, 28 right.
Good. Watch your bank angle. You're over 30 degrees here. Try not to get over 30. 20, 25 is all you really need.
Currently holding short of runway 28 right, requesting a
And then just face downtown. Don't go past downtown. Like right here is good.
Number 2 behind the
And that
Cessna.
should give us a nice
Number 2 behind the Cessna, 697 Charlie Alpha.
Okay. And then, yeah, we can just save the drag devices.
Yep.
Until we're a little closer.
Oh, this guy is 2-8 left.
Yeah, he has 2A left. If you just stay true to what you're doing, he'll get further away from us instead of us kind of turning with him. Okay.
Wind 2508.
You're doing pretty good, dude. And a little bumpy.
Thanks. It feels rusty.
Try not to turn it too much. Start with a little and see what it gets you.
Okay.
And make sure you maintain your good speed here. So too
Crossing
early.
23 for 404 Alpha.
Take out all your bank.
23 is approved, hold short, runway
Take it
2
all out.
left.
23 approved,
gotta go
hold
quite a
short
bit
28
that way
left
still.
404 Alpha.
And then try to hold at least one red. Don't want to get too high like we've been
Montgomery,
doing. Just try to
tower
plan an
Archer
RPM.
43983.
It's going to help you
is,
get all the way there.
At Alpha 28 right, ready for takeoff to the west.
And now's a good time to go to the second set of flaps.
Standby number 3.
That'll help you slow
Standby
down,
number
don't let the
3,
nose rise.
Cessna 4 Tango, tell extend downwind
Reduce the throttle
traffic,
some
will
more
hold in
because we're 4
position.
whites now.
Extend downwind, traffic
Try to see just
Archer 4
look at
Charlie,
the
Alpha
distance
traffic is
between the
exiting, control
numbers and
today,
the
cross clear,
cowling.
left and
Let's
contact
see if
ground.
that distance starts to grow.
Come to left, contact ground,
Maybe
border
you're
for left.
descending. Try to find a sink. Try to see if you can see how we're sinking or the lack of sink. Try to memorize the sight picture for what one red looks like as it starts to come in here in a second.
Okay.
And close. Undercarriage picture flaps.
Cessna 6 Charlie Alpha, hold short,
What we
runway
really
2
want is
left.
two red.
Hold
2
short
and 2,
2 left,
yeah.
436 Charlie Alpha.
The 2 red, 2 whites take us 1,000 feet down the runway. We want to aim quite a bit earlier than that. So when we get about this close, we want to disregard them.
Yep.
But that was a pretty good sink. Did you see that?
Yep.
So maybe add some more power so we don't continue sinking at that rate. Feet to keep you straight. Wings to keep you over the center line. You do a great job at the wings to keep you over the center line. And then also rivets center line. Are we straight? Airspeed, runway, rivets center line. Airspeed, runway, rivets center line. Try to hold at least 60 all the way in. Lower that nose a little bit because we're aiming for, it looks like the numbers right now, or maybe even a little bit
6 Charlie
past
Alpha,
that.
cross runway 2 left and contact ground.
Maybe take a tiny bit of
Cross 2
throttle
left
out.
and contact ground,
Smooth,
436 Charlie Alpha.
stabilize, power to idle as you slowly bring that
502,
nose
traffic downwind, runway
get
2
nice
right,
and
last
close to
lane.
the runway. Try to land with more wings level.
Line up and wait, 28 right, 5002.
Really flat here, you got a little more pull there. Up. Okay. Keep that crosswind correction in. As you leave the ground, add a little right foot, take it out. Cool, lower that nose.
502, follow Cessna on the upwind, they'll stay in the pattern, right down, approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
2 right, clear for takeoff, 54502.
28 right, 5002.
2 right, clear for takeoff, 54502. 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 2 right, clear
Actually, 86 Echo, could we get a westbound departure?
86 Echo, yeah, westbound approved.
86 Echo.
502, actually, they'll be westbound, so right cross on your discretion.
Alright, Corners with discussion, 502.
Test before Tango Hotel, base approved.
Base approved, 4 Tango Hotel.
Archer 7, Charlie Alpha, traffic base, runway 28 right, line point.
Planning
Cool,
on
man.
waiting,
Nice job.
7 Charlie Alpha, runway 28 right.
They probably feel overwhelming right now, but those were really good, and I'm glad that it was all you. I wasn't touching this thing. Only thing you want to focus on is make sure when you land you go right to left.
Yeah.
Twice you tried to add that power back in. You saw we even left the ground for a second, but then you brought the flaps up and then we touched the ground again. So luckily we weren't too far away from the ground. You didn't have too much power.
Make a right down departure, wind 24 at 5, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Cool. Fly.
For takeoff from
Hold your extended center line, so maybe look back at the runway, make sure we're not drifting into the 28 left departures.
Right.
And then hold it for at least a little while until you get too close to this Bravo, and then you can start to go towards Mount Soledad. Okay.
Archer 983, traffic 2 mile final, runway 28
you were
right,
on
line
the pedals a little bit when we were on the ground, though, the last time. I think we're starting to veer.
Yeah, I think I was just preventing you from putting in left foot because you ended up right of center line, and you wanted to put in left foot to come back to it. You're actually like flying this way, but the airplane is facing this way now, and so it's side loading the tires a little bit. So just take off straight wherever you end up. Unless you're about to go off the runway, then go ahead and try and fix that. But that was just barely off center line.
Gotcha.
And then hopefully it's smooth at higher altitude. Typically within 2,000 feet of the surface.
Right turn out westbound approved, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
Within 2,000 feet of the surface, the winds are going to be influenced by surface friction.
Right.
So hopefully as we get past like 3,000 feet, it'll be a little smoother.
Yep.
I'll be looking for that traffic on parallel runway.
We'll climb to, what do you want to climb to?
Let's go to 4-5. Pretty much every time we go out this way, we'll go to 4-5. That's the even altitude plus 500.
Okay. So there's 2,000 climbing 4,500. And when do you do the climb checklist again? Is when you hit 3,000 or just?
1,000 feet above the ground, I'll do the climb checklist. So I'll go landing light off, and then I'll look at my checklist, and it'll say power mixture.
Power mixture, instruments.
Instruments, meaning my engine instruments are in the green. So that cylinder's getting a little warm, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one.
Okay.
Oil pressure, oil temperature look good. And then other times, instruments is like if you have a vacuum system heading indicator, you adjust that to this, but we never do that because the G5 is automatic. And then landing light off, climb checklist complete. Cool. Power mixture instruments, landing light off, climb checklist complete.
2,500, climbing 4,500.
This cylinder went from about 420, and now it's 423, so it's just a hot day. And there's not a lot of air going through the cowling because we're at a high angle of attack, and we're at a high power setting. So all these things may heat up the engine.
We climb at a lower angle then?
We'll see if that gets anywhere close to 430. 430 is when it hits yellow, 450 is red. And so we're not even in a warning zone yet. It's just good to know that value.
I think I've heard of the concept of a cruise climb, which is like less.
A cruise climb, yeah. We don't want to do a cruise climb right now because we want to get to the altitude as soon as possible at VY because we want to get above the Bravo line. So we just won't leave the mixture at 3,000 feet because if we did, those would heat up.
Gotcha. Okay. There's 3,000.
That's not 4 Tango Hotel.
Normally we'd be leaving the mixture right here.
Hold short, runway 28 left, 4 Tango Hotel.
It just went yellow. So go ahead and lower that nose just a little bit. Gain some more speed. Go to like 80 knots. Already cooled down a couple.
3,200. Clear of the Bravo. 2,400. Should I go ahead and turn northbound?
Clear the Bravo, go for it. I like to pass the shoreline myself as well, so I think it was good that you waited an extra like 100 feet. And then go ahead and just face that peak out the distance. I think it's a heading of 340. And then once you get there, hold that heading through the rest of the climb.
Can you do that short approach? Cross runway 2 left and contact ground. Have a good day.
Cross runway 2.
Looks like it's 330 actually. Let's set that heading, bug. Cool. Cylinder's nice and cool now. It's at 417. Cool.
$4,000, climbing 4,005.
As soon as you turn northbound.
Oh, ground. Or not ground, air to air. Offshore Tory.
North traffic, you have a blue under 686, Charlie, you're about 4 miles northeast of Lake Hatches, 1,000 descending to 3,500, heading westbound towards Finley Lagoon. North traffic.
San Diego Coastal, Blue White Cessna 3386 Echo, offshore Torrey Pines, northbound 4,500, San Diego Coastal.
$4,400.
Nice, dude. Really good job on the heading. Super smooth level off. On your check ride, you'll want to pitch for kind of a couple different RPMs when you level off. If you're trying to go somewhere and you want to go into cruise, make sure you bring the RPM out to that kind of higher cruise setting of like 23 and 2350 RPM. Okay. If we're going to do maneuvers, then 2100 RPM. But I always kind of want to start out with that higher cruise setting. That way, if I give you a maneuver, like say steep turns, you already know that you should be pulling the throttle back 2100 and retrimming prior to entering that maneuver. You'll see a lot of mistakes made by students when the examiner tells them to go steep turns and they're already at 2300 RPM and they just rip into this high airspeed maneuver or steep turn that they just don't want. The G-forces are a lot higher, it's harder. You add power, then you're in full throttle in a steep turn, it's not what you want.
We're going to be doing a sequence of stalls, San Diego Coastal.
It sounded like it was at our altitude at San Alejo.
San Diego East,
I thought I saw a guy
just
over there.
west of
Go ahead and do some clearing turns.
5,500 feet, heading south, San Diego East.
Deck left, clear left, turn left.
Coastal traffic, you have a blue white Archer 686 Charlie off of Lake Hatches, 3,500 heading westbound. Coast traffic.
So if you hear somebody next to you, I would definitely just make a call to tell them where you are.
Okay.
Right?
Lost some altitude. me back at the mountain.
Yep. And then go ahead and give us slow flight.
Okay. Pointing at that mountaintop, I'll go carb heat. I'll reduce throttle. Won't let the nose fall. One doesn't have the 110 allowance.
Coast traffic, Blue West 96 Echo offshore, Del Mar 4,500 northbound, slow flight coastal.
Already really slow. Do a second set of flaps. Right foot.
Airspeed.
Third set of flaps. I'll add some power. Turning off my autopilot.
Yep.
A little slow.
East traffic. East traffic, White Blue Cessna 3,500 over Lake Jennings, headed eastbound for Alpine, going to be climbing to 5,500 east traffic.
Myself a little more juice.
Good, your minimum is 45 and maximum will make 55.
Center Coastal Sky
So you want to
off
hit
is currently 3,200 up the coast of
50 knots.
Oceanside, headed into
It's not necessarily a power thing, it's
San
a
Diego
speed
Coastal.
thing. It takes more power to fly slower, so actually if you lower the nose,
San Diego
keep the
East,
throttle where it is.
Archer 6,
If you lower the
9,
nose and let it get to
Alpha,
50,
currently at 3,500
then the airplane's going to be
at
able to
Lake
develop more
Jennings,
lift at that
doing
lower angle
slow
of
flight.
attack, and then you'll
San
probably
Diego
see
East.
better climb performance at that faster speed, even though you're pushing. So let it stabilize at
San
50.
Diego East, gray and white Cessna, just over
Are you
level
full throttle?
reservoir, heading towards
No.
on the rock
Go for it.
55,
Yeah, you need to climb that 60
5,500
feet
feet.
back. And don't be afraid of full throttle on carb heat back in, which you already did. Now you're full?
Yep.
Okay. Just takes full power to fly this slow. Alright, nice job. Let me know when you're all trimmed and ready for some headings.
San Diego Northeast, White Cessna 5,000 feet, just north of Flaggington, commercial maneuver, San Diego
Bumpy, or
Northeast.
am I doing a bad job?
No, it's bumpy. Yeah, that's a little bit of the wind. Okay, nicely
Alright,
done.
I think I'm ready.
Let's do a right turn heading 050 and maintain everything.
050.
Coast traffic, Blue SS 86 Echo offshore, San Elijo 4,500, turning eastbound, slow flight coastal.
Just standard rate. Watch that climb. You know how I can get you to go over standard rate? Tell you to watch your altitude.
Overshot it.
So what do we need to do to stop climbing here?
Use power.
Yeah, drop that power.
Coast traffic, Gambit, Blue Archer 686, Charlie up on the rental Santa Fe 3,500 heading westbound towards Del Mar.
So I did power there instead of carb heat. Should I have done carb heat also?
Yeah, are you below the green arc? Go ahead and just bring that carb heat out.
Below the green arc?
The RPM gauge, the green arc, or right here, the green arc.
Okay.
Okay, anytime we're below that green arc, the rule is to turn on your carb heat.
Okay.
So come back down to 4,500. Don't just stop it from getting worse. Fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it.
San Diego
And then,
Coastal, Archer
let's get
442,
back to
Charlie
that heading
Alpha
of
at
050.
4,500 feet over Palomar. Going to be doing steep turns, San Diego Coastal.
The chest's just doing, smooth standard rate turns, kind of ripping it a little bit.
Okay.
Coast traffic, Blue SS 86 Echo over San Elijo 4,500 eastbound coastal, slow flight.
So you've now found the power setting that's kind of maintaining you at everything. You're at 2,000. You're not descending at all. You're at a good speed. So maybe memorize that. 2,000 RPM. Your neck okay?
Yeah.
But maybe reduce that throttle a little more because we're not descending really at all. Come back down to 4,500.
There it is.
Add that power back into like 2050 maybe, I think is going to be.
San Diego East, Archer 697, Charlie Alpha, currently at 4,400,
fast,
climbing
so
to
if you bring that nose up,
5,500.
that'll help
We're
that
currently
too.
at El Cap Reservoir, and then we're heading northbound to do stalls, San Diego East.
Alright, so you have plus or minus 100 feet on your ride, plus or minus 100 feet, plus or minus 10 degrees there, and so be a little bit more particular on that.
Close.
And you can't go below 45 or above 55, so just try to hang out right at 50. Those are your goals. Let's do one more turn.
Okay.
Let's go back, left turn heading 330.
Okay.
Smooth. Even slower than that. That green triangle represents the standard rate turn, so you're kind of double that, and that's...
Yep.
So take out your bank. Right, hold it right there and just be patient. You're a little low, add a little power. And you need to lead the level off by about 10 degrees or so.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and recover.
Okay.
Don't want that nose fall too rapidly, otherwise you'll lose altitude.
Flaps 10.
You're still descending here. You're about to bust. Come a little more to the right foot with the high power setting. Flaps go up. Don't let the nose fall on that last one. And then pitch for 4 fingers. Power. Reduce that power. You had it at 2170 initially.
Traffic white and blue Cessna at 5,500 feet doing maneuvers over the Alpine dirt patch. East traffic.
Ghost traffic, give a blue white Archer 686 Charlie Alpha for the Del Mar racetrack 2,500, coming at 3,500. Going to be doing deep turns. Ghost traffic.
Okay, nice job. Let's flip a UE. So we'll turn left heading 150. Go and twist your heading bug to the left. Twist it left, there you go. Get it to a 160 actually, it will give us Point Loma. And we'll turn to that heading and then we'll do some power off stalls.
Okay.
San Diego Southeast, gray and white Cessna, just south of Loveland Reservoir, heading towards Brown at 4,500, descending to 3,500.
Standard rate. Really try and hit that standard rate. That little airplane right there at that white line. And about that green triangle is going to give it to you.
Do you tend to use one or the other?
I look at both to cross-check.
Yeah.
They're two different systems. This works off a gyro, this works off of a computer chip. So it's good to look at both.
East traffic, white and blue Cessna 5,000 feet over the Alpine green
But again, don't look in here too much.
Emergency engine out procedures.
You're not noticing when the
Below
nose is high,
traffic.
and if you're looking here or here, you can't see this. Yeah, but you can see all that out here.
Okay.
Okay? Go into a power off stall on a heading of 166. Okay, and then let's make a radio call. So, where are we?
We are
We haven't made a radio call.
offshore. Is this?
Go ahead and look at your chart. Hit that button up there.
San Alejo. Okay.
Over San Alejo.
San Diego Coastal, blue and white Cessna 86 Echo, right above San Alejo Lagoon, 4,500 southbound maneuvering. Coastal.
Good.
Ghost traffic, give a blue white Archer 686
Okay.
Charlie Alpha.
Power off stall, you said.
3,500 deep turns. Ghost traffic.
So there's a guy offshore Del Mar racetrack, just south of us. Yeah, 3,500 doing steep turns. Did you hear? Okay, so just to quickly go into a power off stall, don't descend much more than, so if you go and do it fast, we won't have to descend a lot. Okay. I'll hold your 165 heading.
Okay. Just throttle down
Carb
more.
throttle.
Carbon
And then
throttle. The flaps 10 because we're below 85.
this one has the 110 allowance, so it'd be okay.
Oh, that's
if
what that
you
is.
were,
Okay. Alright.
Go ahead.
Go flaps 20.
Good. And go ahead.
Go flaps 30. I'll go ahead and smoothly go to idle. I'll catch the nose. Fast speed. I'm pulling it back to my chest. The horn. There's Buffett. There's the stall.
No ailerons, don't use those ailerons. Full throttle, flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
You want
Flaps
flaps
10.
10. Carb heat needs to go in. You're above 60 knots. Bring that nose up. Don't bring those flaps up until you have a
right.
Positive rate,
San Diego North,
flaps 10.
Archer 442 Charlie Alpha, heading eastbound to Ramona at
Don't let that nose fall.
4,500 feet over San Marcos,
Keep that up
San
right,
Diego North.
right there at the horizon, the cowling. Hold that there. And then positive rate.
Positive rate, the flaps up.
Cool, level off at 4,500 right here.
Okay.
So push. About 50 feet beforehand is typically where you want to do it.
Okay.
If you do it slowly, you'll nail.
A little too quick that
4,500.
time.
Yeah, it's a little abrupt. I know I was creating urgency in my voice, but I just didn't want you to wait for 4,500 and then have to push that hard. And then last time you brought it down to 2,200, and that's about where you were trend for.
Okay.
Okay. Do it one more time.
All right. 168. We'll go carb heat. Reduce the throttle.
San Diego Southeast, gray and white Cessna, just over Hamal, heading towards Brown at 3,000 feet, San Diego
Below
Southeast.
110. We'll go flaps 10. 50 to the right.
San
a
Diego
little bit.
Researcher 697 Charlie Alpha, we're flying T 5,700.
Flaps
We're
20.
climbing up looking for the traffic.
Go flaps 30. Let the nose rise.
Yeah, you're holding your
Blue
heading.
White Archer 686 Charlie
Go to
Alpha, 27
idle.
miles offshore,
Catch
Del Mar
the
range track
nose.
3,500, maneuvering, coast traffic.
Slowly pull it back more.
No ailerons. Just use your feet.
The horn. There's the puppet. There's the ball.
Don't use that aileron.
Flaps 20. Carb heat.
Lower your nose because you're still not above 60 knots. Make sure you keep that nose down until you're above 60, then bring it up. You're like
There's
letting
60.
it come
I'll
up.
go flaps 10.
So positive rate, flaps 10,
Okay.
which you were.
Alright. Positive rate again. Flaps up.
San Diego North, Archer 442 Charlie
And,
Alpha at 4,500
nice job. Go ahead and
feet
flip
over
Yui.
Escondido. Last call is going to be
330
going into
and
Ramona, San
level
Diego
off at
North.
4,500.
Coastal traffic helicopter
4,500,
893 Papa Del Mar racetrack
One
heading
might happen
northbound
before the
along the
other.
shoreline at
Just
1,200.
relax.
San Diego Southeast, gray and white Cessna, just southeast of San Miguel, heading towards Brownsville at 2,600 feet, descending 2,500, last call.
$4,500.
Coast traffic Blue White Cessna 86 Echo, 2 miles south of Del Mar racetrack, inland 4,500 northbound maneuvering coastal.
San Diego North is helicopter 1 Romeo Whiskey is among the racetrack, climb to 2,500 feet, heading northbound. San Diego Northeast.
Call traffic, White Cessna 244 Echo, over Torrey Pine, 3,500 northbound, call traffic.
Alright. When's the last time we did a power on stall?
I think last time we flew. Okay.
You want to show me one?
Okay. Carb heat. Power down. I won't let the nose fall.
Awesome.
When I get to about 60 knots, I'll go full
San Diego
power.
Coast, Archer 686 Charlie Alpha, 3,500 off the coast, Del Mar, maneuvering. San Diego Coast.
5,
And 60 is close enough.
60, close enough. Go full power, right foot.
Carb heat.
Carb heat back in.
East traffic, white blue Cessna over VAS Valley at 3,800, climbing 5,500.
Slowly pull back. Here's my horn.
Okay, my controls.
Your controls.
Alright. So just a little bit too much footwork there.
Okay.
Okay,
I thought I saw myself banking. I thought I saw myself banking.
You were drifting to the left a little bit. So prior to entering the stall, you really want to try to get wings level. And if you can't see it out there, because I know it's blue on blue, you can look at your triangles. So your triangles were about right there.
Okay.
And you jammed in a bunch of right foot. Then the airplane stalled, and you had all that right foot still in. And we kick off to the left. You didn't use your ailerons, which was good. And so if you would have used your ailerons, and you would have, say, went like, you saw we were turning to the right, if you would have went like this, we would have spun a lot harder to the right.
Okay.
So Cool, you good?
Yeah, what did you do to recover?
I lowered the nose and took out your right foot.
Okay.
I just use feet. Just feet, yeah. So we can turn an airplane just with our feet, because if we press on, let's say, the right foot, we're momentarily accelerating the left wing, creating more lift, and and if our left wing is down, right foot, it'll level, or vice versa. Left foot, it'll level.
Control traffic view.
Okay. So let me show you one real quick. You okay for that?
Sure.
How's your stomach? Good.
Del Mar racetrack, 1600, descending to 15. We're going to be heading southbound back to Montgomery, coast traffic.
I'm just looking outside, trying not to let the nose fall. 4600.
Coast traffic, West SS86 Echo, over San Alejo, 4500 stalls, coastal. Coast traffic, West SS, over Del Mar racetrack, 3500, will fly.
So I'm only going to look outside, okay? You're going to go full throttle, car P goes in, and you can tell. I saw your eyeballs were inside for your stalls, so it's part of the reason you're drifting left. And it's tough, but you can tell if the airplane is turning or not. Put your feet on the pedals. I'll bring the nose up, stall warning horn, buffeting, there's the stall. So just relax and I lower the nose. You see I didn't put in left foot, I actually just relaxed my right foot for a second.
Okay.
I didn't even put that left foot in, I was ready for it. Now I let the nose fall, I know I accelerate again, and I bring the nose up.
Del Mar racetrack, 1500, going to be heading southbound to Montgomery, coast traffic.
Yeah, I was trying to look out here last time. It may have looked like I was looking down here, but I was trying to keep an eye on like some marks on the ocean to like gauge if I was turning or banking.
Okay. What works for me is that there is a slight hue change as you climb. So that does give you some horizon reference if the airplane is doing this.
Right.
So that's what I recommend. Your controls. Okay. We're at a slow speed with the low power setting. Go ahead and just go full throttle and bring that nose up. As you look straight outside. Airplane's already kicking left. 320 is fine. Look straight outside, man. Try to see if you are turning left or right. Just use your feet to compensate. Bring that nose up.
Am I doing it? I'm doing a power.
Another power on stall, yeah. Smoothly, slowly. A little bit of right foot here. See, we're drifting left. We're definitely drifting left. Now relax some of that right foot. Keep pulling, keep pulling. A little more right foot there. Lower the nose. Lower the nose. Take out that right foot. Good. And then let it accelerate above 60 and bring that nose back up. Smoothly bring that nose back up before you get too fast. You're pushing, I'm pulling. Ooh, yeah, there you go. And then go ahead and level off at 5,000 feet.
Okay.
Your stomach okay?
Yeah, good to go.
Northeast White Cessna,
power on stalls are tough. You just want to be as smooth as possible with them, so when it breaks, you're not putting in some overcorrection because you let it get far off, kind of thing. And that will, whatever you have in is exacerbated because the airplane is stalled, so it usually makes it worse. Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Doing VOR triangulation, San Diego East.
Got somebody over here.
Where?
Right there, about 10 o'clock, I guess.
Your eyeballs are
nuts.
You're always seeing people before me, and I usually school people on this. Okay, I see him.
East traffic.
Looks like he's going that way.
You wanted me to do a UE, right?
Yeah, let's do a UE. We just don't want to get too far in the way of Palomar's. Next time when we come out here, I want you to do all of this turning around stuff and be like, oh crap, we're too close. We don't have time to do this next maneuver. You know, and that way you can keep us in the parameter, because that's what you'll be expected to do on your pre-solo checkout.
Okay.
Also, you'll want to make more frequent radio calls.
Okay. Okay, so make one right in here.
Coast traffic, West Cessna over Del Mar racetrack.
Where are we at?
Far off stall.
Go for it. We're doing steep turns.
San Diego Coastal, Blue and White Cessna 86 Echo, offshore Encinitas, 5,000, southbound, steep turn, San Diego Coastal.
Coastal traffic, 227 Mike Papa, off the coast of Del Mar, 4,500,
when you're ready.
around to Montgomery.
Okay, so I'll go left first.
East traffic,
What's that yellow mean?
4,200 feet.
It means you're off on
ground
heading.
reference maneuvers over the Alpine power plant. East traffic.
Okay.
So let's do Point Loma, a little bit easier thing to see.
Okay.
Right, so just the very far right. Yeah, that looks better.
Okay.
It's about, it looks like it's a 165 or something.
Okay. So to start, I just go for it. Do I? What were you saying about the power?
We did a clearing
setting?
turn. So yeah, we want to be at about 85 knots is the key. And so that's what we're doing right now in level flight.
Okay.
Whatever power setting gives you that.
Okay.
It's about 2200. Smooth left turn as you pass 30 degrees. Add power, sight picture to maintain. And go ahead and add a squeeze. A little bit of power. Bring that nose up. Look straight outside. Pull a little harder here. The nose is a little low. Really nice. Okay. Nose is low. Actually, you're doing really good. Nose maybe fell a tiny bit, so don't make a crazy change, but you do want to pull a little bit more, a little bit increase in bank. As you increase bank, you got to pull more. Okay, now think ahead of the airplane. Here's your side picture. Slowly start coming out. Slowly start coming out, and you got to push. You got to do that a little earlier, and you didn't push at all.
Yeah,
Right foot, right turn. Right foot, right turn. Find the side picture. Once you get to 45, pull.
Cold traffic, right Cessna over Delmo racetrack, 3,500, power on. Cold traffic.
Looks like a really good side picture there. I think you took out power, and you're slowly taking out power.
Didn't mean to.
So it's part of the reason we lost 10 knots just now is that we're doing a big turn, we're pulling hard. So you got to put, come out of this as soon as you get here. But if that happens to you, you're just getting yourself really, as you come out of turns, you gotta push.
Yeah, keep forgetting that part.
Push. I'll try to remind you next time. You gotta hold a consistent amount of power in. Through this, we lost a little bit of speed on that one. And you gotta maintain that plus or minus 10 knots. Okay, are you pulling? Cool. Yeah, get that nose back down to gain a few knots. Cool. How's that feel?
Feel fine. Good.
You're doing really good. That first turn was like textbook. It's just as you came out of it, the nose really flung up.
To push, yeah.
You gotta try to time it a little bit better so you come out of the turn right on your heading.
Okay.
Okay?
Go again?
Yeah, we'll go again. I'll just make a quick call here.
Coach Charlie, Blue Cessna 86 Echo, offshore Del Mar, 5,000, steep turn to coastal.
San Diego traffic, slow white
Okay, here we
Cessna,
go.
Sweetwater heading out
Left
to
first,
the
right?
bay towards San Diego traffic, 1,500, San Diego traffic.
30.
East traffic, white blue Cessna, 4,300 feet, 5 miles east of the Alpine dirt patch around ground maneuvers, east traffic.
Don't just stop it from getting worse. Make effort to fix it. Now you're only 30 feet off from busting. And if you don't handle that next 30 feet correctly, boom, fail. You're underbanked quite a bit, so you gotta return that bank. Don't push, keep that pull coming. Don't release that back tension. Time it right. Come out of the turn, push 4 fingers. Trying to push too much because you're already low. Right foot, right turn. Still a little late on the rollout, but it was within 10 degrees. 45, once you hit 45, pull. You're still within standards right now. I think the power's coming out. Tighten this. Make sure you push. Make sure you push. Good. Trying to push too hard. That was good. Nicely done. Might be a little tight now on the throttle for sure.
They need
You're going to change it?
3,500 steep turn, cold traffic.
Alright, dude. That was good. Cool. How do those feel?
San Diego coastal
Okay, I totally forgot about the push
is
thing when you're coming out of the bank,
4,500
but
feet
yeah,
above
no
Del
worries.
Mar
Okay.
other than that,
Racetrack,
feel pretty okay with
San Diego
it.
Just
coastal.
lost your engine.
Okay. Alright, so I want to pitch for best glide. I'm going to roll this all the way back. Get off a little speed. Best place to land looks like those polo fields over there. I'll turn towards those.
Go for it.
make my air-to-air call?
You can do that after you talk to Silver Patrol.
San Diego Coastal, Blue and White, Cessna 4000, climbing 5,500 over Lake Jennings, San Diego, San Diego East.
Field's there. Okay, I'll see if I can restart the engine. I'll check this, make sure it's on both. Come up to mixture, make a change. I'll come up to throttle, make a change. Carb heat, make a change. I'll prime it. I'll try to restart it with the magnetos. Crap, that didn't work. I'll secure the airplane now, make sure I'm still 65. Heading towards my landing spot. Turn this to off. I'll go full lean. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I'll go keys off. I'll leave the master on so I can squawk 7700 and talk 121.5 I'll say Mayday, assist of 3386 Echo, engine failure in flight, landing at a field 2 miles east of Del Mar, 2 souls on board.
Now go ahead and make an air-to-air call. Over Del Mar, engine down procedures, the polo fields.
San Diego Coastal, Blue and White Cessna 86 Echo, above Del Mar, engine out procedures, eastbound San Diego Coastal.
And we're at 4,000 feet, descending 1,500.
I knew I forgot something. Okay. Secure the airplane. I'll talk to you now. I'll say, scoot your seat all the way back, keep your seatbelt on, open the door, and latch it while it's open so we don't get stuck in here. Grab my bag and brace yourself when we land. I'll tell the examiner that I'm going to leave my flaps until I have the field made because I can never get the altitude back. And I'll leave my master on until just before touchdown.
And then what are we connecting with the master switch thing at the very end? And you're like, I'm going to save my master switch until right before touchdown, and then
for your
Call traffic, White Cessna over
and
at
then what's after that?
3,500.
You have to checklist. You have a checklist.
Accelerate.
As soon as you get to that master switch thing, you've done everything. Now it's time to back it up.
Okay, back up the checklist. So maintain best glide, check. I'm at 65. Squawk 7700, check. Emergency, check. Mixture, full lean and idle cutoff, check. Fuel selector, check. Seatbelt harnesses, check. Flaps as needed. Master mags off. We'll do that before we land. Unlatch doors, protect body, check, check. Emergency checklist complete. So we're at 3,200. I think we're...
Yeah, where do they go?
Where do the polo fields go?
I think
they're right under us. We can start circling?
Yeah,
they're right here.
Southbound,
So maybe take a right.
At 3,500.
Okay. I always forget the rules of thumb for, like, you lose
Now
5.
take a little left so you can get a beam it.
Oh, yeah,
the downwind.
Okay, now I see him now.
Good. And then get in the downwind, and then for every 360 degrees you turn, you can lose about 1,000 feet.
Okay, so if we're 2,500 about.
So just a little smoother on the turns there. Okay, and then
We're about, I want to beam right here.
yeah, we need to do one
three?
left 360. So
Okay.
just make it slightly over standard rate and plan to lose 500 every 180. If you don't, then make an adjustment. Try not to let the nose move too much here, otherwise your speed's going to change a lot. So if your nose doesn't move, your speed won't move.
Right.
And then you want to be at or below best glide. For what's below best glide is
Close traffic, White
minimum
Cessna over
sync,
Valley,
minimum sync.
Lagoon,
So at or below
3,500,
VG, let's lose a couple knots here.
Close traffic.
And like, so we've turned a little
City
fast,
got
and we
a
haven't
Blue and White
lost
Tyler
500 feet in
462
this
Mike,
180 degree turn,
5,500 over
right?
Alpine, eastbound,
So let's
delivering
turn a
City
little
East.
slower.
Okay.
So we lose more altitude.
East traffic will wait in Blue Cessna, 4,200, 5 miles east of the Alpine Dirt Patch around the power plant, ground reference maneuvers, east traffic. San Diego Coastal, White Cherokee over the Cinnamon,
And
along
now
the
go
shoreline,
ahead
southbound,
and release a little
3,500.
over standard rate. As you turn, the nose wants to fall. Look outside. Don't let it fall. You're gaining speed already. Don't let it fall. A little back pressure here. And then just now time it right to level out the downwind. It's okay that you're not exactly at 1,500. I'd rather you be a little high than a little low.
Right. But 1,800.
You're just turning quickly is all. So cool, level the wings. All right, 1,800. We're almost 1,000 feet AGL down to beam. Yep, nicely done. Go ahead and let's turn around. Let's keep descending down to 1,500 feet, and we'll do turns around a point over the Del Mar racetrack. Okay.
I should have done carb heat.
Oh, that wasn't on the whole time? I should have caught that. But yeah, when you run through this stuff, you know, make the changes, actually make the change in your carb heat on that one.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna need to add a lot more power than that to maintain this altitude, and you're gonna want to take out your trim.
Alright.
A lot more power than that. Like 2200 I think was holding us at 8085.
Full traffic right there, over Valley, Lego 3800, Chandel.
Look at your side picture now. Go to where it needs to be.
San Diego Coastal, White Cherokee over 30 Pines Golf Course, southbound 3500.
As you gain airspeed, your RPM will increase, so you might have to reduce that back to 22. It may look good for a few seconds, but you did just make a throttle change, so your airspeed is still changing. So look outside, look at your altimeter. Look outside, look at your altimeter. Looks like the nose is rising on you. Lower that nose a little bit. No, keep the power at 22. We want to go 85. So the problem isn't your power setting, the problem is your trim. So lower that nose. And don't just stop it from getting worse. Fix it. Go right to 1500. If you can hold 40 feet too high the whole time, you can hold right on altitude the whole time. You just got to be a little bit particular on getting there. So we're probably doing like 85 knots right now. Now we're going a little faster. Probably because we're running decent.
Right.
Coast Charlie Blue SS 86 Echo over Del Mar 1500 westbound and setting up for ground reference over Del Mar Racetrack Coastal.
Alright, we're going to do turns around point over Del Mar.
Okay, so I'll get downwind. Give myself a little more room.
Yeah, and so if you look behind us, we're kind of right over the spot we want to be, so maybe we should teardrop. So go out there, that direction a little while, and then we'll flip a UE as you fight to maintain your altitude.
San Diego Coastal, Cessna 751 Sierra Papa is at back.
This could be a power thing, so go ahead and reduce the power.
Line.
We're at a lower altitude, we have more performance.
Carb heat.
Carb heat, yeah. So before you turn around, make sure you're good here, because we're still 80 feet too high. Reduce that throttle. And then you want to give yourself a little more time than that.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit too quick. Okay, reduce the throttle. You took out 20, but you got to fix it. Don't just stop from getting worse, fix it. This pitch, power, pause, trim. So here we are, pitch, 4 fingers, power.
Southbound 500.
Good. And then make sure you're trimmed, which you probably are. Cool. Go ahead and flip that UE. Yep.
Coast Charlie Blue SS 86 Echo offshore Del Mar Racetrack 1500 westbound for turns around a point over the Racetrack Coastal. Or eastbound rather.
Have you ever had a student like,
you're turning too much, load factor increases when you turn too much. So it's okay if you turn at that high of a bank angle, but you gotta pull to compensate for that load factor, and that's what steep turns teaches us. Ever have a student what?
have you ever had a student like actually go full lean on the mixture during engine out procedure, or like actually shut off the engine?
Yeah. Really? Yeah, it's all you gotta do is put the mixture back in.
It just starts right back up?
It just starts right back up, yeah. We're not gonna do it, but that's all you would have to do.
Okay.
And lower the wings, then you probably need to lower that. Looks like our throttle came out a little bit. Maybe you're pulling on this in a turn or something, I don't know, but we just want to hold her there. Cool, here are controls.
Controls.
Alright, so now we want to do turns around a point over the middle fountain of Del Mar.
Right. So we're gonna have our steepest bank at first, and then it'll go medium, and then shallowest.
Well, theoretically, if the wind is actually coming from the west, the only way we know that is if we look here. So throughout this whole maneuver, you want to call out your speeds.
Coast traffic, Blue SS 86 Echo, just offshore Del Mar Racetrack 1500, doing turns around a point over the Del Mar Racetrack. I got a low wing coming northbound at 1500 in sight. You guys up?
It's not.
Traffic.
That's okay. I mean, they're no factor. Okay, so now as we get down in a beam, you're gonna let it go underneath your wheel.
Got the blue lights,
Try to pick something that you're gonna fly over. Okay, so like maybe a 065 is maybe
we're
a better
at
heading.
55 climbing. We'll be maneuvering at usual altitude, 10 degrees. Coastal traffic helicopter, Corporate 6, north of Scripps Pier, southbound 500.
Alright, so I'm going for that fountain in the middle?
Yep. And then wait for it to be under your wheel, not too early.
Oh, my wheel, okay.
And go for it.
Call traffic light set.
Just a little bit.
Racetrack, 4,500, unusual altitude.
And divide your attention evenly between your altitude, your spot, and your ground speed. Call out your ground speed.
When you say ground speed,
call out your ground speed right here. It says it right here, 87.
Okay, 87.
We were at 90, so our ground speed is actually decreasing. Your strut is like over your fountain. You want it under the middle part of your wing, essentially. So you put in too much bank too quickly there, and our ground speed's decreasing, so we want a little less bank. And I'm talking about a 1 degree difference here. So now it's going past our wing a little bit, increase by 1 degree, and be patient. Good. Ground speed is now down by 80 knots, so just keep it here. Looks like we're doing pretty good on our distance. The distance looks pretty much the same. So some of it's an eyeball, okay? And then you're using tools in your toolbox that you know how to use. So as the wind increases our ground speed, we need to increase our bank, but a little bit. It's like a 1 to 3 ratio. Okay, really nice job on your altitude. Helps because you're super trimmed and you give yourself the right time to set up. Ground speed's increasing. The wind's really at our backs here, so we start to be blown away from it. So it's actually a little bit from the east. Maybe it's from the north. Try not to change your pitch too much, because if you change your pitch, you're going to change your speed, and that change in indicated speed will change your ground speed.
So if I'm getting low, I should add power?
No, just try to slowly re-achieve. You don't have to really pull and change your speed a lot. Just maybe bring up the nose like a degree, like a tiny bit. You're doing great here. There's a very small wind difference. Ground speed's increasing, so go ahead and increase your bank angle.
San Alejo Lagoon at 500 feet.
Really good. And just kind of hold it there. Get it kind of close to your strut because that wind is blowing us away from it. So this is close to the strut.
Traffic Blue and Silver Sierra, this is Laboratory Pines Golf Course, 4,700, climbing 6,500.
Cool, then just kind of keep it at this bank angle for a while until we reach our 065 heading. We want to try to go wings level on that heading, a beam our fix, so just try to time that right.
We're going to do simulating
keep turning, and level the wings. Dude, super good. Just a little further away, so we need a little bit more bank. We didn't notice our ground speed is increasing so much. It's coming out of the north. We didn't know it was increasing so much, so you just had to, that's why you always make you try to call out your ground speeds like every so often. But dude, pretty good. I'd say that was more of a pass and a fail for sure. Okay, cool. Let's go back home. Let's do 2 more landings. We'll call it a day. But it is 1:30, so how you doing on time?
I'm clear today, so yeah, I can do a couple more.
Okay.
I don't know why I increased the power just then.
Well, I mean, I think it was a good call because you know that you're going into a high bank angle. And so in order to maintain your speed, you need to pull back on the yoke.
Right.
Well, in order to maintain your altitude, you need to pull back on the yoke. In order to maintain the speed, because you're pulling on the yoke, you got to increase power.
Go.
Steep turns.
Alright, so we'll stay 1,500 all the way back.
Yeah.
We'll go offshore a little bit before we turn southbound.
That's got to be a helicopter, right?
Skylark support 60,
oh, yeah, it is.
5,500,
cool.
Super Alpine. And we're
doing some water rescue stuff?
Yeah.
We'll be maneuvering in the area, unusual altitude.
Not hearing these guys very well.
I turned them down so I could talk to you.
Got a guy right here.
Oh, nice.
Coast Charles to SS86 Echo over Del Mar 1,500. We'll be going offshore, then south along the shoreline, 1,500 coastal.
feels pretty offshore.
Heading to San for A10 over 10 right straight, 2,500 feet southbound, San Diego northeast.
The vicinity of Montgomery, check NOTAMs for details. Tower frequency 28 right, 125.7. Hazardous weather available on flight service frequency is advised on initial contact. You have whiskey. Montgomery Tower information, whiskey 2053 Zulu, wind 2307, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 28, dew point -1, altimeter 29 or 9 or 7. ILS runway 28 right approaching you, also landing and departing runway 28 left. NOTAMs, use caution 5G interference in the vicinity of Montgomery, check NOTAMs for details. Tower frequency 28 right, 125.7. Hazardous weather available on flight service frequency is advised on initial contact. You have whiskey.
100 descending for simulated engine failure, close traffic.
Cool. Nice job in the natives. You can go ahead and swap to tower.
Okay. I'm always caught between going from the left runway frequency and the right runway frequency.
Yeah.
But I think 109.2 is just the default one, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's who I would always initially call is 19.2, unless you're really trying to get 2-8 right.
Yep.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 3386 Echo, offshore Torrey Pines, 1,500, inbound landing with the whiskey.
Cessna 3386 Echo, Montgomery Tower, fly south and out Soledad, enter left traffic, runway 28 left traffic, 11 o'clock, 1.5 miles, 1,500, indicated Cherokee northbound.
Looking for traffic, and we'll make left traffic, traffic inside, and we'll make left traffic for 28 left, 86 Echo.
That's 86 Echo, thank you.
Good. And
I forgot to say, caution goes.
It's okay, we can remind him later, or ask him later. South of Mount Soledad, so he definitely wants us going that way instead of flying to the northeast of Mount Soledad, where we would cut off people doing what that guy just did and coming northbound.
So he means to go around it to the south.
Correct.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 54502, over Lake Murray, at, requesting full stop.
That guy that was ahead of us.
Yeah,
he's like 500 feet to the bay
Montgomery Tower, make straight in, runway 28 left.
Straight in for 28 left, and we're actually just south of Gillespie at 45.
People say the bay tour, do they mean that thing that's like that VFR corridor over the airport?
Yeah, and so essentially you,
Montgomery Tower,
it's not the VFR corridor now, sorry, it's you stay at 500 feet, you go from PV Pier to OB Pier, staying at 500 you round out Point Loma, North Island, then gives you a clearance at maybe 5 to 800, and you stay over the bay, San Diego Bay, as you fly over like downtown and Coronado Bridge,
cool.
And you flip a UE at the bridge, you can come back the same way, or you can do what's called the Delta transition, which is where you fly over taxiway Delta over San Diego International at 1,500 feet. They'll say same tensions at the bridge. You're gonna be like, I want the Delta transition. He's like, cool, at the bridge, turn around, climb to 1,500, contact San Diego International. Okay? And you're like, cool. And then you can fly directly to Montgomery after that. So you can get it all done in like a 0.8, 0.9, and everyone
Charlie Alpha, runway
sees the
28
bay.
left, clear, touch and go.
We'll definitely do that one of these days.
for 28 left, Charlie Alpha.
It's definitely something I'm looking forward to when I got the license and taking friends up or whatever.
Yeah, and we can make it like a, you know, after you solo or something, you can bring like your wife, and I don't know if we'd be able to fit both kids back there, but, while I'm here, then I can show you it, or we can do it together, and then you can take all 4 of them.
Wife and kids are off limits for me. I've been given express orders. Okay. In that regard, but friends, we could probably take friends with us.
That's 502, runway 28
Right on,
left,
my dad will probably
runway 2
come.
following
Oh, nice.
left window base.
Yeah, it's cool because we can make it a lesson, and you can take your friends flying, so it's kind of a
Nice.
2 birds thing. So yeah, your pop could totally come.
Cool.
And then now we're southwest Mount Soledad, so go and point towards San Miguel.
Tower, Cessna 2441 Echo, over Torrey Pine, 1,500 inbound, full stop with whiskey.
Cessna 2441 Echo, Montgomery Tower, fly south of Mount Soledad, enter left downwind, runway 28 left.
Fly south of Mount Soledad and join the downwind for runway 28 left for 4 Echo.
So should we wait till he clears us to land to ask for a touch and go?
I would definitely try to do that beforehand.
502 traffic right downwind for the parallel.
I don't know, we could call it. We could do like just a full stop.
Not for one more landing.
Alright, cool, let's do that. And so, yeah, you can just be like, Montgomery Tower at 6 Echo. Actually, can we get a couple touch and goes? Yep.
Montgomery Tower, Cessna 86 Echo. Can we actually get a touch and go this next landing?
Cessna 86 Echo, roger.
Cool. Yeah, then you don't need to say anything. He's like, Roger.
Montgomery Tower,
Or on request is the same thing as that. Essentially, he has your request, and he'll work on it.
Departure.
Yep.
Cessna 24780, Montgomery Tower, standby.
So let's see what a little bit of warming up does to our landings.
Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure. Alright.
Cessna 24780, westbound departure approved, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
West departure approved, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
So I'm so like, I don't know, my eyes are just so alert to trying to find traffic that every time I see like a reflection off a car windshield or like a window on the ground, I think it's like a light and I get all...
Those freaking hawk eyes of yours, man.
I'm really paranoid, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, a healthy paranoia, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm not like losing sleep over it, but...
6 Charlie Alpha, turn crosswind.
Turn to left crosswind, 6 Charlie Alpha.
So 6 Charlie Alpha just got...
6 Echo, traffic to follow left crosswind, Cessna.
Looking
for traffic, 6 Echo.
We knew that call was coming because someone just got told to turn crosswind. Let's go ahead and hit 1400.
6 Montgomery Tower, make left turn, Sportport, landing Midport, Beach on rest, traffic,
so
left crosswind.
there's a Charlie Alpha, blue and white Archer.
The same one that we were behind before.
Yeah. There's a lot of Charlie Alphas. Okay. Their whole flight school ends in CA.
Cessna 6 Charlie Alpha, traffic just south of the stadium, inbound from Midport, helicopter has you in sight.
Looking for traffic, 6 Charlie Alpha.
Cool.
Montgomery Tower, Archer 697 Charlie Alpha on the fast transition, requesting a full stop with information whiskey.
697 Charlie Alpha, Montgomery Tower, cross overhead midfield, ladder above 2000, enter left downwind, runway 28 left.
Crossing midfield and then going to be entering the downwind of 28 left, 697 Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 6 Charlie Alpha, I will call your base.
You'll call my base, 6 Charlie Alpha.
Oh, it's a Cessna 6 Charlie Alpha,
man. 6 Echo, your traffic follows now straight ahead, 1 mile, 1,400.
Inside, 6 Echo.
Cessna 6 Echo, thank you. Additional traffic just north of the stadium, inbound from Midport, helicopter.
Looking for traffic, 6 Echo.
Just north of the stadium.